Beautiful. And a happy Thursday to everybody that's joining us here live and those that are going to listen to this later in the community. Of course, we absolutely love having conversations in this community, conversations of context and value. And we have such strong leaders that are coming to us and bringing us their perspective, their skills, and just different ways that we can elevate each other, right? And so that's why we have these meetups. Thank you to everybody that is here live this Thursday. So excited to share Marsha's voice with you and what she's going to share with us on turning your expertise into income. But Marsha, just so the people that are on the call can feel seen and heard and know that they're part of this conversation, one of the things we always do is before we get the ball rolling, before we start, we have those that have joined us live introduce themselves and just give a little shout out. So I'll lead that dance. My name's Adam. I'm your moderator today. I'm part of a team called Clarify, and I really, really enjoy these meetups. And I'm going to throw it over to my dear friend Patrick.
Hi, Adam. Thank you. Marsha Lyn Hudson. Glad to be here and to listen to your wisdom. I don't know what you're holding up. So I'm Patrick Kagan. I'm the founder of PK Solutions Group, and we focus on sales and leadership solutions. And I'm just really excited to hear what you have to say and all the energy you're going to bring. And I will popcorn this over to Amy Benzowitz.
Hey, Marcia. This is my second session with you, and I can't tell you how much I enjoyed the first. I'm so looking forward to it. Your energy, even on your posts on LinkedIn, is just amazing, and your wisdom is always like spot on. So I'm glad to be here. My name is Amy Benzowitz. I work in all phases of digital marketing with Stirista. I'm going to popcorn to John, not Jonathan, John. How's that?
Technically, my name is Jonathan, but it's not that on the screen. And it's spelled the same way, no H. But it's not Graziano.
The crowd, man.
Yes.
There
I
aren't
like to
many of us.
tell I like to tell people that have an H in their name that I'm the more efficient John. Just
There you
just
go.
mainly because it makes me feel important. Hey, my name is John Antonucci. Very thankful to be here. I haven't been here since I think December. I think I missed both. No, I'm sorry. I was here, but not all the way here in January. Yeah, I was driving, I think, but I wanted to show support. So, but I don't make it every time. I do when I am able, and I am able today, and I'm glad to be able to be here to hear from you, Marsha, and I'm looking forward to that. And I am the founder of SML Consultive. And we serve what I call are the forgotten leaders. Those are leaders that are at director level and below, who are often promoted into these introductory leadership positions and very rarely given the resources that they need to succeed. You know what? Since we already brought him up, we got to go Jonathan next. We have to.
Thank you so much. The natural progression. Hi, you guys. My name is Jonathan. I'm on the GoDaddy team. Again, always. I can echo everyone. I saw it was Marsha today, and I was like, thank goodness. Like, there's so much. You have so much energy. I always know I'm going to take something away from a session from you. I can't tell you a single one of these I haven't thoroughly enjoyed, but Marsha brings a sauce every time. And even just speaking on that, John, we love when you can be here. I know Adam mentions this every time, but it's one of the things that I appreciate most about community is it is about when you can, you're here and we're here regardless. So it is. It's so nice to see you. I know a few other people hopped on. So I am gonna pass it over to Johnny, the deviation.
Hey everybody, how's it going? Nice to be here in the presence of a lot of Johns and so I'm just Johnny. And so I'm just a chubby kid from Reading, PA who ended up learning multiple languages and have been able to help people communicate in the language of their heart. I'm a certified medical interpreter, licensed instructor, and I teach medical interpretation. I own a company called Intersys LLC that I founded and started. It'll be 8 years in August, actually, which is pretty exciting. And really just right now doing coaching, mentorship myself, as well as trying to provide services that connect people, whether it's to resources or to be able to communicate their needs in the medical space or in other different verticals, really. And have been able to travel a little bit and be part of this community since I think early on, and I try to make it when I can as well, and support, if not in presence and spirit. And it's always a great discussion to be here with Adam and Jonathan, who also go back from the beginning. And it's nice to be here to get to listen to you, Marsha. So I'm just here to glean what I can so that I can continue to share any good practices with other people. So thanks for letting me share a little bit about myself, and I'll popcorn it to, let's see, Autumn, I don't believe has been.
Marsha, I'm so excited to have you here today. We love that you post like pretty much every day in our community group. So we completely appreciate that. I am with the GoDaddy team also, if any of you didn't know that, and I'm so happy to be here. Thank you.
Thanks, Adam. And thanks to everybody that's here being part of this conversation. Being part of a community means committed conversational growth together, right? And that is what we do. And Marsha, you are a stellar example of that. For those that have been part of this community from the beginning, you know that Marsha is very much committed to contributing each and every day. Everything she puts out is stellar. She's constantly providing us new elevated examples on how to stay in the forefront of everybody's minds with social and engaging each other. And then, of course, now the intrigue is really spiked with how do we turn our expertise into income. So we're going to do things a little bit different today. Marsha's actually queued up a presentation for us. So I'm going to start by sharing her presentation, and then we're gonna go through.
Okay, so I feel like, oh, that's really good. Okay, I feel like Vanna White. I'm going to be saying, next slide, please. But anyway, I'm really excited to be here. I want to thank all of you for the awesome words that you said for me. But I'm always trying to give value, something that you can take away to grow your business and to create a life and a business that you love. So let's hop into it. So today I'm very excited about my newest passion for Q2, April, May, and June, turning your expertise into income. And I like the simple steps. Okay, so I'm going to give you 5 simple steps today to start monetizing what you know. And if you don't know me, I am Marsha Lyn Hudson, but we're going to talk more about you today and not me. All right, so next slide, please. So when I think about how people say you need a lot of followers, I need to have this, I need 10,000 followers, I need all of this equipment, I need to be doing this. None of that's true. That's such a myth. You don't need 100 ideas. You only need one idea, one offer, and one person to believe in you. And that one person turns into another, and you have 10 and you have 20. You do not need 10,000 followers. I don't have 10,000 followers, and I stay busy to grow your business. You just need the right people. And that's when momentum will start. So that's what I want to give you today as we move forward. All right, next slide, please. So what are you going to walk away with today? You're giving me about 30 or 40 minutes of your time. I will answer any questions, but I want to give you, and it's a lot I really wanted to give you. So since I couldn't do everything, I did put together a free guide, and it has a lot of good information if you want to take it and move forward. But today I want to share with you 5 steps on how to take one idea, because I had every idea swirling around in my head. I was trying to do this, trying to do that. But when I decided to take this one idea and turn it into income, I realized, oh, we could turn our expertise into income with one idea. Now, I know some of you on here, you've done courses and you have other things. Well, then if you want to do a second thing, take that second idea and make the second thing, and take that third idea. But we're going to talk about how to do it in just 7 to 14 days. And people say, Marsha, some of my clients like, you rush me. I say, you can even do it in a weekend. So if you're ready to take your knowledge, or take what you know, your expertise, and turn it into income, let's get ready to go. Next slide, please. So I always tell people, and I firmly believe this, you actually have the power to turn your ideas into income. And as I was talking to Adam earlier, this is a $1 billion, soon to be $1 trillion industry. And you can Google it too, or go to ChatGPT. The online business, the many courses, digital products. I mean, you can create one thing and just start doing so many things, more than just making money. You can grow your brand, because I'm all about growing your brand, because when you grow your brand, you grow your bank account. You can grow, you can leverage other platforms. It's just so many things you could do when you use your expertise in turning income. So you actually have the power to turn your ideas into income. Your story, it can create impact. And I told a client yesterday, it's not about being businessy anymore or staunchiness. Be authentic and tell your story. Stories sell brands. And your vision, you bring your vision to life, and now you create the business that you truly want. Not one that you're hustling and bustling and creating burnout, but you actually create a business you truly want. Okay, so next slide, please. So who am I? And I know it's a lot on there, and I do have a lot going on, but you can look at some of it. But the biggest thing for me is, and I had to brand my whole name. Somebody asked me, it's like, do I call you Marsha or do I call you Marsha Lyn? I was like, you can call me Marsha or anything, but I had to brand my whole name, Marsha Lyn Hudson, because it was another Marsha Hudson doing exactly what I was doing. She was a brand strategist and a photographer. And I was like, okay, what do people type it in and get her? So I branded my whole name, Marsha Lyn Hudson. But people say, what do you do? You know, that's the biggest question when we go for networking. But the biggest thing that I do, my business is about growing yours. And I think most of you on here is the same. But the thing about it is I've been teaching branding and marketing for University of Houston. I live here in Houston since 2015. I did get certified last year in AI because I was like, okay, I don't want to be left behind. So I got certified at Vanderbilt. And I love helping coaches and speakers and entrepreneurs build their brand, because building that brand is what's going to build a business. And I love writing books, as you can see on here. And I've gotten other degrees. I am a wife of a drone pilot. My husband's a drone pilot when he feels like going out to shoot. But the biggest thing that I love when I'm not working, which is probably something I'm going to do later today, I like hanging out at Starbucks, hanging out at a bookstore with a coffee in hand and a book in another. I love to learn. I'm a former professor. I retired from the college after 25 years, and I love to learn. But today, let's move on to talk about what we're going to do for you guys. So so today it's not about me. I know I have a lot of stuff going on. It's about you. So we're going to dive in. I hope you get that pen and that paper, and let's get you monetized. Next, please. So 5 steps. So the first step is, and I'm going to show you a few examples at the end. The first step is, if you've been thinking about, well, maybe that's too much, Marsha. Creating a mini course is too much, or creating a product is too much. It's too hard. It's going to take too long. Not in this day and age. And so the first step, when people come to me and they actually want to know, how do I monetize my business? I've been doing this for a while. I want to take it to the next level. So the first step, I tell people, is pick a pain point that you can solve before you create anything. And you want to get clear on one problem, okay, that your audience is struggling with. Of course, ChatGPT can help you with that. And so I know my audience because I work with coaches and speakers and entrepreneurs and service-based business. And now I'm working with people who are business owners. They're writing a book, but they want to monetize, right? And want to leverage it and speak on it and train on it and coach on it. And so they have all of these ideas. And I say, okay, you got to know your audience. And I know my audience. I know that they're struggling with, what do I put on social media? They're struggling with, how do I do email? How do I start email? They're struggling with, well, what kind of content? They're struggling with tech. They're struggling with how to manage their time. I know the pain points of my clients. And one of the biggest ones is they're struggling with, I'm doing everything, Marsha, but my business is not growing. So you got to think about your audience, and you think about what is one pain point that you can solve for them, because this is going to be your first item for monetizing. What can you get clear on one problem that they're struggling with? Okay, that's the first thing. If you're working along with me, that's the first thing I want you to think about. Well, I could do this, or I could do that, or my audience, they're having this struggle, or my audience, they're having this pain point. Okay, so that's the first thing. All right, so next slide, please. So here's a tip. So think about the questions that people always ask you, okay, or what you've heard others with before. So what kind of questions that you see maybe in the group? Because I read questions in groups. I'm in several groups. and I look at the questions that people are asking. I'm in Facebook groups. I look at the questions that people are asking. When I go speak, and I'm speaking quite a bit in April, May, and June. When I go speak, I'm going to Trinity Valley to speak at a college, I think June the 4th or whatever on LinkedIn. I always listen to the questions, okay? When I'm doing something, I'm always paying attention to the questions that people are asking. Those make for great items to create to monetize. For example, let's say you're a confidence coach, okay? And your pain point might be, how do I speak up in meetings without overthinking? So that could be your first thing that you could create to monetize. For me, I'm a branding and marketing strategist, right? Well, I can create how to build a personal brand in 2025. Or maybe you're a leadership coach. I think John is a leadership consultant, or Adam is a leadership consultant. Well, maybe you could create something on how to be a leader and impact and inspire and influence the people around you. That's a great piece to monetize because people will buy. So you want to think about one thing that people ask, or one thing from a perspective that you could actually take this question that people have asked and start turning it into something that you can monetize. All right, so next slide. So that's the first thing. So it's like, okay, Marsha, you're saying I need to come up with one pain point that my audience might be having. Well, Marsha, I don't know. Well, you go to ChatGPT or Claude or whichever AI tool you like to use, Gemini or whatever, and you put it in and you let the AI tool know what you do, who you serve, what audience you're serving, and then you ask it. And it knows what, give me some pain points that my audience may be having. Give me some challenges. And so you're going to get all of these things in case you're like, well, Marsha, I don't know. And then you could say, tell me some questions that they're asking. What's keeping them up at night? What questions are they asking in their head? And so now you're going to have all of this research. And so now you can pick one, because now you're not going to create something that nobody's going to buy. You don't want to do that. I was telling one of my clients, don't try, he's starting a podcast, he's a lawyer. I say, don't try to guess what people want. And don't make the podcast about what you think people want. Find out what they want. And you can do a poll. So choose a product that feels easy. This is step 2. So you don't want to overthink it. You don't want to say, well, Marsha, I don't want to do something so difficult, but I do want to get this going. And so, and I know I didn't have a whole lot of time, so I put a toolkit together. It's called How to Turn Your Expertise into Income. You can get it from my website. Adam also has a copy if you want to get it. But the second thing is choose something that feels easy. You know why we get stuck and we get paralyzed? We try to do things that are too big, and we try to do stuff that's too much at once. Somebody said you could have it all, just not all at once. And so choose something that feels doable to you, okay? And we're going to look at an example in a minute. Next slide, please. So you might say, well, okay, Marsha, what's doable? What can I choose? All right, good question. You could decide to do a PDF, a guide. Okay, you can start with a low ticket offer. It could be $10. I buy low ticket offers all of the time, and I'm just one person. This is a big business. Okay, you can start with a low ticket offer, $10, $17, $27, $97. So you could create a PDF guide from that step that I told you about, from that pain point. Or you could do a workbook. People love them. Okay, you could create a workbook and you can monetize it. Now, a lot of you write books. You could create a workbook and add it to your book. You could create a workbook actually in one day with AI. Add it to your book, sell it on Amazon or your website. And now you have a bundle which you can monetize. And you might say, okay, well, shoot, now that I have a workbook, I might want to do a training on it. I might want to do a virtual workshop. Now you can do a 2-hour virtual workshop. Everybody purchases your book. They buy the workbook, or you can give the workbook free if they buy the book. Then you have a 2-hour workshop. and you charge $97. That's a low ticket offer. If you've been building your email list, and I'm all about the email, that's your best friend. It's better than social media. If you've been building your email list and you got 200 loyal followers who love what you do, and you're sending out an email once a week, you need to be sending out email once a week, and they love what you do, or you got 300 people. Amy Porterfield said you can make good money with 300 good people on your email list. Okay. Donald Miller said you can make good money with 500 people on your email list. So you have a workshop or you have a workbook and you have a book and it's $97 and 100 people out of your 500 people take it. You have just made what? 10K? Or what if 50 people take it? You just made 5K. Okay. What if 20 people take it? You just made 20K. This is not something to sleep on. This is not something to leave on the table in 2025. You can do a journal or a planner. People love templates. You can create some templates from your one pain point. Like I'm creating templates on prompts from AI, scripts for email, because I know my audience, that's their pain point. Prompts for AI, scripts for email. I'm doing templates for blogs, and I'm putting this thing together, and you can sell that and monetize your expertise. And not only sell it or give it away, and then get emails, because email is currency too. Because as you grow your email and then you start having things, you might have something in May and have something in June, and it's $88. Mari Smith is a Facebook consultant. She has stuff all of the time. $67, $88, and she teaches how Facebook has changed. I purchase it all of the time. I get on her training. It's 80 people on the training. It's 60 people on the training. It's 120 people on the training, time $88. This is not something to sleep on, okay? And a mini course, that's your friend, because a mini course takes a weekend actually to create. So the tip is you could create this with Chat GPT, and I'm gonna show you some examples in a few minutes. All right, so next slide, please. I get very passionate about that. So that's step 2. So if you're saying, okay, Marsha, I kind of like this idea, okay? Because you can actually make money while you sleep. You wake up, you got money in your PayPal, okay? You wake up, you got somebody who wants to get on a call with you, and things like that. So when you decide, let me not overthink this, let me not take 3 months to think about this, let me not just make this so difficult. Let me pick something that I like that's good for me and see how I can put it into my business that I'm already doing and monetize it, whether it's a guide or a workbook or a mini course. Think about your business and how it will fit into what you're doing. So step 3, and I'm going to show you. So let's say you're like, okay, Marsha, I'm rolling with this. I like it. So now you're going to map out. Let's say you say, okay, I want to make a digital product or even a mini course, okay? And you're going to map out your 3 to 5 key teaching points, okay? So these are your main things that your audience needs to understand or to do to get results. You know, the thing about it is we think we need to put a lot of stuff into a product for people to buy it. And that's just not true. People want one quick win. You don't need to put 100 courses in a bundle and sell it because you think, well, if I give more, people will buy. People don't have that kind of time. They want one quick win. I bought a low ticket offer, a digital product from Ted McGrath. And I have so many things that I purchased from Ted. But he is the ultimate in selling many courses, okay? But he has a huge email list. So he probably makes thousands every time he puts one out. And so I bought I bought one from Ted McGrath. It was called 4 Steps to Starting a Facebook Ad, because I wanted to start doing Facebook ads, which is what I'm starting in April. 4 steps to doing a Facebook ad as a mini course, okay? I paid $47 for it, and it was wonderful. 4 steps. And he had 4 videos, 4 short videos on how to create a Facebook ad. So you don't need to put a whole lot of stuff to get people to buy. 3 to 5 key points. Okay, so next slide. So now let's look at that. So you're saying, I don't need to do a lot, Marsha. No, keep it simple. And I talk about simplicity is actually your superpower. And the reason why I say that is because when I first started my business for about 8 months, I wasted 8 months trying to do everything. Well, I was a former teacher. I was a former professor. I had a lot of ideas. I had a lot of expertise. I could teach so much. I mean, I had been traveling and speaking and doing professional development for the college. And so I was like, I'm just going to help everybody. I'm going to help everybody build their brand. I'm going to help anybody who wants to work with me. And I'm going to run after every shiny idea. And it was a mess. It was a mess until I realized that you don't need to be on every site. Okay. And you don't need to be on every day. I know it looks like I post every day, but we post 3 times a week. I have an assistant, and I think she posted today for me, and we post 3 times a week, but we're consistent with the 2 to 3 times a week. But it's gotten very simple for me. Okay. I'm not running after every dance on TikTok, every thread, every Instagram changes every week. I'm not going to do that. Keep it simple. One idea. If I'm a branding and marketing strategist, my idea is to teach you how to build a brand and how to market online in a simple manner. One package, whether it's a lead magnet, a PDF, a workbook, a mini course, one person, the one person who is your person. And then that person turns into 2, and that person turns into 10. It works. You don't need 10,000 followers, okay? 500 good, loyal people who love what you do, show up for you, will bring you good money every month, okay? And then that takes you to one path to profits, okay? So you're solving this one problem. And I have clients come to me and I want to write a book, Marsha, because, I'm a writing professor, right? And I'm like, okay, you have 50 problems you want in this book. Let's pick one for book 1, okay? Book 2 would be the second one. So keep it simple. When you keep it simple with one idea, one package, your signature package, and I'm going to do a training on a signature package. Your one person who needs what you have, that's going to take you down your one path to profits, and it really works. Next slide, please. So let's say you say, okay, Marsha, I want to take my digital product and I want to turn it into a mini course. All right. And I'm going to show you some examples in a minute. So let's say I did a digital product on how to grow your email list from ground zero. And then I decided, well, I'm going to turn this into a mini course. All right. So when you decide, okay, maybe you've written a book, maybe you have one chapter from your book that you could do this with. Maybe you have a lead magnet. Maybe you have a part of your coaching program, one segment of it. So you might say, okay, I'm going to turn this one segment to mini course. So I gave a lead magnet because I'm big on growing the email list, because Pat Flynn says you only need 1,000 super fans. If you have 1,000 super fans, you can make thousands every month, okay? So I decided I'm going to turn it to a mini course. So these are my 5 teaching points, and you can do this with one thing. You're going to love me. I was like, Marsha, I did it. I'm making money. It's great, okay? So on the mini course, and mine is free because I use it to grow my email list, but I do have paid ones too. So teaching point 1 is why email. That's an 8 to 10 minute video. You can make it with Zoom or Loom. Teaching point 2, choosing a provider. 8 to 10 minute video. Teaching point 3, subject lines. What kind of subject lines and what to use? Teaching point 4, lead magnet. How to make a lead magnet, okay? Teaching point 5, what type of content to put in your emails to grow your list and your business. That's it. They take this mini course and they have learned one quick win. Now they can go and start having an email campaign. And you can record with Zoom or Loom, and you can host it on PayHip or Podia. And I'm going to show you in a minute. You can host it on PayHip or Podia. This is a billion-dollar, trillion-dollar industry. Why wouldn't we be in it? Why wouldn't you at least think about, well, let me see if I can put this up and how this works, because it's so much more than making money. You build your brand, you can leverage on different platforms. People might ask you to speak on. It's just so many things. So this is how you can take your digital product, your workbook or your guide or a checklist or a planner, and turn it into a mini course. People don't have a lot of time, and they'll be more apt to buy it versus you're like, I have 15 videos. Oh my God, nobody wants to watch 15 videos. They want one quick win. Next slide, please. So identify your one challenge from your audience, okay? Simplicity is your superpower. If you can learn anything from me, simplicity is your superpower. So example, and I'm gonna show you how to grow and engage email lists from scratch. I have a free course at marshalynhudson.podia.com where you can see the example, but I'm gonna show you the example in a minute. I use free mini courses for different things. I also have paid products, okay? So you can decide, because when you turn your expertise into income, it's not just about money. Email is currency, okay? So it's very important. Next slide, please. So step 4, add a quick tool, add a free tool, and this is what's going to give people a little sample of you. Okay, so add a free tool and make it valuable. Give them something that they can use right away. You can give them from your industry a checklist. You can give them from your industry 10 ways to do something. That's in the guide that I gave you. You can give from your industry how to do something. You can give something from your industry, a step-by-step roadmap. Now they get this free tool, a free PDF, and they're like, oh my goodness, this is wonderful. If this is free, I can't wait to see what's in the paid version. It works. So you get a quick win. ChatGPT can help you. You create a lead magnet, and it could be, and you can have something for each of your 4 points or each of your 5 teaching points. It could be a free guide, and then they get it and they're like, wow, this is great. And then at the end, you can say, if you love our free guide, check out our mini course. Mini course may be $97. Mini course may be $47. Mari Smith sells them all the time, $67. 100 people get it, you've just made 67 times 100. 50 people get it, you just made 67 times 50. It actually works, okay? So you create this quick tool in an hour with AI and give it away for free, because it's a sample of you, and people are like, wow, if this is free, I can't wait to see the paid offer. Now, we're talking about mini courses, but these things lead to your bigger offers. Okay, they lead to your coaching and your consulting, your $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000 product. So these stepping stones give people an idea, because people really do, most people do have the money to invest, or they can find it. So when people say, well, I can't afford that, they don't trust you enough yet, because most people can find the money or get the money and pay. But they're not going to pay for a 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 item if they don't know us or trust us yet. Next slide. Okay, so just imagine in a matter of days, okay, this is the last step, and I'm going to show you a free sample. Just in a matter of days, it's Thursday, Friday, Saturday, in a matter of days, you can start turning your expertise into income. And people say, Marsha, you rushed me. Okay, I'm going to give you 14 days. Okay, you don't have to do a weekend. But when we take too many days, life happens and we don't get it done. But just imagine in a matter of days, you can start turning your expertise into income. And it's not just about the money. Yes, you can bring in money, but there's so many other things that you can do to build your brand and build your business that will open doors for bigger opportunities, okay? A larger revenue opportunity. So step 5, now it's just time to design and deliver it, okay? And I told the group, I said, you can start making 1K, 2K, 5K, 10K extra a month. It's very easy to make 1K a month with a digital product or a mini course. That's just a given, okay? And let's say you say, okay, well, I want to make 5K or 10K. You need to have $97 product, You need to let people get to know you. Then you can move them up to a higher offering where people do pay you your 3K or your 5K, or maybe you have a 10K package where you have consulting in the package, you have webinars in the package, you have different things, you have assessment in the package, you see? So it leads to whatever it is you want. We have the power to create the kind of life we want. We really do. I always ask people, what do you want to make every month? Some people say, oh, I just want to, they work. And they're like, I just want an extra 1K a month. And so I teach them how to do that because they have a 8 to 5 job. Some people are like, I'm leaving my job. I want to do this. I need to make this. I show them how to do that. You can do this extra every month with a digital product. Okay. And where do you put it? People say, where do you put Podia or PayHip? And I'm going to show you in a minute. Podia can be free, or I think I pay $39 a month. PayHip free. You can put all of your digital products, sell them at your Stripe, at your PayPal, and start making and monetizing money on PayHip for free. Okay. And so you might say, well, where do I deliver it, Marsha? Now you put it in your social bio. You put your freebie, and then your freebie leads people to your digital product. Then when they buy your digital product, it leads them to your higher offer. This is your tier. These are your tiers, and it's in the free guide that I created. You put it in your article. I'm hoping you're doing LinkedIn articles. They're wonderful. You put it in your LinkedIn article, or maybe you have a blog. You put it in your email, okay? Or you promote it on your YouTube. If you're a coach or consultant or author, you need to be on YouTube. It's wonderful, okay? Or maybe a podcast, or maybe a newsletter. Now, I'm not saying do all of these things, but I'm hoping you're building your brand in some of these places. And so not just social media, because I told a client yesterday, I was on a Zoom, he goes, I'm posting on social media, I'm not making any money. I say, social media is not sales media. You're using it like a sales platform. Social media is social media. You have to create storytelling content. You have to create content that matches people's desires, and you lead people down the funnel. Social media is the top of the funnel. Sales is the bottom of the funnel. That's the top of the funnel. They get to know you, they find you, they discover you. So I'm hoping you have these other things to lead them off of social media to your newsletter, lead them off of social media to your blog, lead them off of social media to your email. Now you're going to start making money in the funnel. So that's step 5. So now you can design and deliver it. Okay. So let's go to our next step. Okay, so now I'm going to ask Adam to turn it over. So I'm going to show you 3 samples. Let's look at these 5 steps in action. Okay. So, and you say, okay, so Marsha, you gave me some great tips. So let's go to the first one in case you're thinking, okay, I can do this. Here is PayHip. Take a screenshot or write it down. This is PayHip. And on your free time, you can look for PayHip. Now on PayHip right here, I have free item. I have a $10 item. I have a $17 item. I have a $5 item. People click it. Okay. They can see the details. All right. They can see the details. They can see what's inside. And they can see why they need the bundle. And then bam, you can collect the money with your Stripe, your PayPal. It's just that, and you can put as many items as you like, okay? So here, right here, so the Complete Life and Success 5 Planner bundle. And here you can put the information, why you need this bundle, what's inside, and Stripe or PayPal will collect the money. So you can actually house your digital ecosystem on PayHip. You can put free items, you can put paid items, you can put video, you can put audio with Hello Audio, all of that on PayHip. So if you're saying, where do I house it? That's a great place to house it, and it's free. And that's for your, let me show you another one. And that's for your digital item. Now, I mentioned Podia. Okay, I really like Podia. And you can become an affiliate. So on Podia, you can have your community there. You can have your products there. You can have your mini courses there. People click, Okay. And they can go to Podia. You can do Podia for free. I have a paid version. And they can see the lessons in here. Introduction. Okay. PowerPoint overview. Getting started, 6 minutes. Lesson 2, 6 minutes. Lesson 3, 5 minutes. Doesn't need to be long. Okay. Lesson 8, 3 minutes. And that's a mini course. And then you can put all of your mini courses on Podia. Okay. So in your free time, check out Podia. Now, you might say, well, Marsha, I just want to make a digital item, or I want to do an audio course. You can put an audio course. I have clients that like, I don't like video. Well, do audio. You could do an audio course, okay? Lesson 1, 5 minutes. Lesson 2, 4 minutes. Lesson 3, 5 minutes. It does. People just want one quick win. One quick win. And then when they get that one quick win from you, they're like, wow. And now they're going to move up the ladder to your higher ticket offer. The third one that I want to show you is Kit. It used to be called ConvertKit. Kit.com. So you want to look at these 3 on your free time. Kit. Now, you might make your item in your PDF, make a PDF with ChatGPT, Claude, Jasper, whatever, and then you upload it here and you put your information. They give you your name and address. You put the link on your website, or you put the link in your LinkedIn bio. You put the link in your articles. You put the link in your blog, and bam, now you got your low ticket item in the faces of your audience. And when they download this, they're going to get your freebie. Then you can lead them to book a call with you. Lead them. And when they book a call, now you're going to lead them to your higher, your coaching or consulting or whatever. And this works. And so the last thing is, once they go here and they download, if you go there, you're going to download what I'm going to show you right now. But Adam has it if you want to get it from him. So once they go to that one, this is what they're getting. And this is what I put together for you. Well, my designer did, but I told him what to do. Okay, so this is how to turn your expertise into income, because I knew I didn't have a lot of time. But this gives you so many other resources and strategies. And I'm going to make a free training on how to use it. I just didn't have time. And then I'll send the link to Adam and he can share it. I'm going to make a free training on how to use this. And so here's a worksheet on 7 steps to create your mini course. I made this for you because I knew I wouldn't have time to teach you everything, but you have so many strategies in here. You have so many ideas in here. You have the funnel in here. I even put prompts for you to put into ChatGPT in here. I even put together a worksheet on ideas and strategies into here. 10 ways to turn your expertise into income. 10 ways to use coaching as a marketing tool. And so I'm a strategist and I have all of these ideas in here for you. Okay. So you can get that from Adam. He has it, things like that. But what I want to say as I wrap up, so in case I have questions, I got 10 minutes I was trying to get through. But what I want to say is, if this is something you're thinking about, I'm really on a roll with this. So you're going to see a lot of information April, May, and June on monetizing your expertise. Why not? Why not? All of you are experts on here. All of you have talent on here. All of you have a business. All of you have, why not? I mean, why not? If you're like, you might say, well, that's not a part of what I want to do, but it's going to be, make it once and let it make the money. As I wrap up, one idea, one package, whether it's your lead magnet, your digital product, one idea, one package that matches, one person who you're talking to becomes many, and one path to profits, and it works. And I want to share my last slide with you, because I would love for you to stay connected to me. I am building my YouTube channel. So I'm gonna put a plug in for it. Okay, so why is it so, let me stop making it so big. So I'm gonna put a plug in for it. So take your phone out if you want to stay connected with me. I'm gonna do a lot of trainings on LinkedIn and build and monetizing your business. So if you scan, you can stay connected with me, and hopefully you'll go and join and subscribe on my YouTube channel. I'm trying to build it. But I hope that you realize if you really want to create a life and a business that you love, you may already be doing that. You can take that to the next level and continue to do it in 2025. And as I always like to say, the secret sauce to your success, and I know Adam got some secret sauce coming up, but the secret sauce is not the algorithm driving you crazy. It's not being on every site. It's not having 10,000 followers. It's not trying to do all of the things. The secret sauce to your success is you. It's you. Thank you so much for having me. If you have any questions, I'm open for questions.
I love your energy, Marsha. I mean, honestly, like everything you bring to the table is always, you can tell there's so much passion behind what you do and your willingness to share and lead through some of this. I mean, what a great presentation, and how timely too for everybody that's moving through trying to build a business, getting over first quarter woes, going through taxes, feeling overwhelmed, trying to cut through the noise, learning AI, all these things. And you know what? I'm an idea junkie, right? 1,000 ideas. I love idea junkie day, right? That's the funnest time. You feel creative, but it's also overwhelming. And so your push for simplicity as the ultimate sophistication is a really, really big deal. And I love that you've given such a clear, concise guide on how somebody can take this and really put it into practice. Because we've got a lot of leaders in this community that have done this and have done it successfully. We've got a lot of lurking leaders that are waiting. And now it's time for them to stop waiting. You've given such great context, and I did put the guide for everybody in the chat, so you can download it. But yes, thank you, Marsha. Thank you.
You are so welcome. And I am going to create a little training. I'll send it to the link to, in case you want to know how to use the guide. I tried to put a lot in it because I know I only had a little time, but sometimes we can be overwhelmed. It's like what to do. So I am going to tell you how to use it. I hope that you all, and I know some of you will be listening later, decide to hop in and create something to add your expertise to your business and create another source of income, because it actually works.
No, I definitely have seen it work, and I believe it. And I wrote down a note, and we're going to open this up right now to comments, questions, and kudos, of course. But one of the notes I wrote on here is, I'm not Costco. No, stop trying to bulk sell everything. Start understanding. So I appreciate you for that. I'd love to open it up to the community members that are here and they want to share any comments or questions.
Yeah, Marsha, like Adam said, like your energy and wisdom just amaze me. So so kudos, just keep on being you. And I'm sure you're going to be one of those next great, mini course sellers and all that, where we'll be talking about you all over the country. So
yeah, we'll be like, okay, Marsha told me to do this back in April. I need to hop on. I need to hop on the train.
Exactly. But yeah, I have to tell you, like when I hear you speak, it seems like, I don't want to say simple at all, but like you have it laid out so well. Like you have all these, like I've been thinking about doing this kind of thing, starting, business on the side. And it's like my thoughts are all over the place. And you go through it and you're like, bam, do this, do that, do that. It's simple and it just makes sense. So I thank you for, you have a great talent for putting thoughts together that it just makes sense. There's nothing, that you said that doesn't make sense and doesn't seem like it should work. It's just beautiful. So
people tell me all the time, they say, Marsha, you make it seem so easy, but I think maybe it's because I've been teaching a long time. And I think you have to, and when we're teaching, and I taught for 25 years at the college, I had students who were 18 up to 60. So I had to teach in such a simple manner. And some of the 18-year-olds, and you probably know, were like fifth graders, right? But they were in college. And then some of the older people were really nervous because they were older and they're like, what if I can't get? So I had to learn to teach in a really simple manner. So that's how I'm teaching business owners now, because everybody's trying to figure out, how can I make more money? That's the big thing. How can I have to pay my bills or do whatever? But this is a simple system. It's one stream that will make money. And then of course it will lead to your higher when you get on a call. I'm going to do a training on how to close in a sales call. When you get on a call, and I know a lot of you already know how to do that, you should really, if you get on 5 calls in a month or 10, you should close at least 2 to 3 of them. Not in your high ticket offer, because they've gotten a taste of your smaller items.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah.
Amy, thank you
No,
for that.
Yeah, I could so appreciate that. Like you're leading them
Mhm.
versus like just having a sales call and it's like your first one and you really don't know what they want, or
Right.
something which sometimes happens in business. And so this whole breadcrumb thing is
Right.
it,
They trust you now. I mean, they'll put in $67. They'll
yeah,
put in $88. They'll put in $97. And then
yeah,
they start to continue. And that's why it's good to post to LinkedIn such value, because now then now they'll put in $200. Now they're like, I really want what they offer. I need
yeah,
6 weeks with them instead of taking months, because if they hire any of you, 6 to 8 weeks with you, they're going to get a result versus months. So now they're going to pay thousands because they're going to get a transformation.
right. Wonderful. Well, thank you again for sharing with all of us.
Thanks for having.
Marsha Lyn, what I love a lot about it is it absolutely is it's a foundational way of doing things, because you know when you talk to folks, they instantly jump to, we want to go to scale and we want to get this thing scaled. And I love the way you lay the foundation. And I think that it logically makes sense, because you start by building community, and from there is, you know, their email list, which, like you said, is currency. And when you have that, then the work doesn't become work, right? It just becomes reach out and communication, and it's fun. So I think it's a system that will prove itself to be very, very sound. And I think you make it really easy to understand, which is, I think, one of your points in the first place, is simplify it. Because if it's easy to understand, it's easy to buy. So I applaud you for it. So thanks for sharing.
I'll just mention, I really appreciate the simplicity and also the one person, it takes one person. I'm all about that. And I think that's kind of what I'm experiencing now with the paid community that we just launched this past week. And it's very true. I think, a lot of times you can overthink it and expect that you need big numbers. You just need the right people. So I think that to me was very well said. And I did take some notes here of just some ideas that I can probably do one at a time to kind of try to, increase my reach with some offerings that could be available that are offline, so to speak, where it doesn't have to be with me. I do a lot of online
Right.
teaching, live sessions, but I think there's definitely opportunity to create some digital content that could also monetize quite nicely. I just had another really thought of doing that, but it's definitely something I think I'm going to be putting on my to-do list. So thank you for that.
No, you're welcome. Yeah, you can be making, for you, I know you can be making money in your sleep. I mean, creating that, I just tell people, why not? You're a business owner, why not? It doesn't take a long time anymore. You have a lot of help. ChatGPT gives you the research. Add it to your business if it aligns with your goals, unless it's just something you don't want to do. But why not? Plus, you're building your brand by giving that small piece of you where people could get to see, oh, wow, if this is this, I can't imagine what it's going to be like when I actually work with them with coaching and consulting.
I love it. I love it. Thank you for the comments and of course the kudos to those that have been here and been live throughout this. And Marsha, your energy is it's infectious. I really appreciate you for this. I know that the community is all about creating capability. It's all about bringing to life business and really figuring out what that looks like for all of us. And an ideal business is one that you can own and love, right? That's why we call it Own It, Love It. We want to create these opportunities. And you've really shared this amazing guide. You've shared this perspective for all the community members that are here listening live and those that are going to listen later. I know we're at the end of our hour, but I just wanted to express my gratitude for you for creating that presentation and bringing it to us. And of course, to those that are here, Amy, Patrick, Johnny, and Autumn, and those that were here earlier, thank you guys for being here and being part of this. It's so meaningful.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much.
Bye.
And I'll be seeing you in the group.
That's right.
See you in the
Have
community.
a